Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. We are going to get right back to our conversation. We have with us Howard Gentry, criminal court clerk, and Judge Rachel Bell. She was elected in 2012. And we have a bunch of calls as we're talking about the criminal justice system and community courts, which have been set up by both Judge Bell and Howard Gentry. Let's go to Roderick. Hello, Roderick.
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead. What's on your mind?
What's on? Hey, how you doing, Judge?
Hello,
how you doing today, sir?
He's doing well.
Ma'am?
What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? I'd like to ask the question. I have two cases on me now in Davidson County, and the first case is back in 1998, and the second case is back in 2016 or 17. And during that time, I made awful steps to change my life, and I like to try to get them expunged. I've been married for 29 years. I have 8 kids by my wife and 7 grandbabies. We are happy. Me and my wife is a happy family home. I have a happy homeowners, the first out of my generation, and I'm trying to move significantly of trying to change my life.
All right. Well, let's ask how that could happen. All right. Thank you, Roderick. So here's somebody. He's got some older cases there. Big picture. Give us how could someone like Roderick get cases expunged? Walk us through how someone could go about that process, Judge.
Okay. Well, Roderick, first, I always have to say this. I can't talk to you about cases, but the good thing is that when Howard and I partner together, there's sometimes he'll say, I'm defer this to Judge Bell, and so I'm going to defer this to Howard because he can answer that question for you. You got pending cases or some cases that are still out there. I can't really talk to you about it, but I'm going to turn it over to Howard so he can talk to you about the expungement process with your cases that you said that one you pled guilty in 1998 and another one in 2016. So I'm going to turn it over to Howard, and if you need to bring it back to me, then I'll take the floor then. But I'm going to turn it over to Howard so he can tell you what to do to try to get your record expunged.
Yes, and big picture for somebody like Roderick. But yeah, go ahead, Howard.
Big picture. So let's give the big picture. And first thing, if it is in Davidson County, all they need to do first is to call our office, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that's going to run my chief clerk crazy, because I'm going to give you, Roderick, I'm going to give you my number. Call me at 615-862-5611, and anybody can do this. I mean, I'm a criminal court clerk, and anybody can do it. But what's going to happen when you call the office? We're going to look up your record, and then we're going to actually tell you exactly what cannot be done. Hopefully, it can be. You can have your record expunged, but it's just as simple as you call in that number, and then it's our responsibility to give you the information that you need, not just for today, but even in the future. Because the good thing about the criminal justice system is that, especially in our system, is that laws are changing every year. And it used to be when I came into office, you couldn't even get a guilty or felony expunged. Now you can get 2 guilties expunged and one felony expunged. So laws are changing, and what couldn't work 4 years ago possibly can work now. So you got my number, call me, and that's how easy it is for us to start with you and get you through. So you don't even need to come in yet. We don't want you to come in until there's something that you can do.
So you would call, give his name, and then you could look it up and see what's possible. Okay, Roderick, thanks.
We look up his name and date of birth, and that's all we need. That's it.
All right, let's go to Don, who is online too. Hello, Don.
Thank you, Mr. Ben, and I appreciate Mr. Gentry and Judge Bell. My question is kind of similar almost to what Mr. Roderick was talking about. if there was, just say if you had a gun charge back in '96, and just say that the barrel was the barrel on the gun was 3 inches too short, and just say now I'm closing in on 50 years old, and I still got the felony on my record, but that's the only felony that I have, and it really affects, you know what I'm saying, me getting certain jobs, you know what I'm saying, because of that one little deal from a long time ago. And that is, you know, that's one part of it. And the other part is too, they was talking about the chokeholds and stuff like that. I'm a former wrestler. And they had mentioned nothing about the hog tie maneuver that, you know, the police department and the sheriff department, those tactics that they use. That is a deadly move, the hog tie position. Because when you put a man's hands behind his back and you tie his hands to his feet, which is stuff that they do, and I'm pretty sure that somebody's going to have that discussion because they're talking about chokeholds and they're not talking about the hog tie maneuver. That's a deadly move by itself because your body builds up galactic acid. And you can choke being thrown inside the police car and left in there for 30 minutes, and you can choke by the time you get to the precinct. And This is what people don't know.
Okay.
And I just want to make people aware of that.
Don, okay, well, thank you, Don. So he's concerned about that tactic, which sounds very dangerous, and I'm glad you brought that up. But as we're talking about expungements, I guess, Howard, same sort of advice. I mean, this shows how critical it is for people. He's saying he's been denied jobs because of this.
Yeah. Same situation, same number. And can't guarantee you that we have a positive solution, but I can guarantee you that you will know exactly how you stand, where you stand, when after the call is made and we get back to it.
Okay.
And I would like to
go ahead, Judge. Yeah.
I know we haven't talked about it just yet, but we've got a expungement clinic that we've got scheduled for Juneteenth, in honor of Juneteenth. That will be next Saturday, June 20th. And you can go online and register. Part of that is same as calling Howard's office. You can call Howard's office Monday through Friday and get an answer pretty quickly. But the good thing about this clinic is that we do have lawyers that are on board to be able to talk and answer these questions that you have, and also put you in a process to start. It may be, and I know that Robert Sherrill's been on this show several times, a situation where they can't be expunged, but you need to get a pardon by the governor. Or you may need to go before a judge and get a certificate of employability. You may need to try to get a pardon by our president of the United States, you know, when it's postured right. And so there are a number of different things that can't be expunged, but I always tell people that there's always still a way. Don't give up. You can go before an opportunity with people who can vouch for you. And I think one individual, I think it was Roderick, who said, and Don, you said the same situation, that this was 1996. That was several years ago. You're married now. You know, you're trying to get housing and trying to get better jobs. And so there's a process to go through. Just don't give up. And so expungement sometimes is not the end. If you're not able to get it expunged, there's other processes that you can go through, and we do have a system in place to help you understand more opportunities when expungement is not the answer at that moment, because it can't be expunged.
All right, I like that. I like that there's also going to be this meeting. It's a Zoom meeting. We all love those, but this is a very important one. Facebook Live, a Zoom meeting, talking about getting expungements. We'll put all that information up again as the show goes on. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, take more calls. Take a break. Be back right after this.